Robert McMullana, Mackenzie Pomeroy's favorite uncle. I'm talking to you live right now. She gave me questions that I should answer about ADA compliance. The first question that she gave me, and I read it to you today, is before you were disabled, did you know about ADA? Were you aware of ADA after? No, I wasn't, but there was a lot of people that I knew while I was growing up that had disadvantages that I would help open up the doors. I would do things that make citizens like us, because we're good citizens, because we live in the United States of America. So when I got injured in March of 1995, this is my anniversary date, it's been 16 years that I've been in this situation. So when I started out, I didn't know anything about ADA, and I got into a wheelchair. The wheelchair made me understand that people had disabilities that were on their belief, way beyond their belief. It made me feel like I didn't have access to anything because there was no curbs, there was no parking, there was nothing for me to be able to say that I am an invalid, and I was. So those people that were there before me, I applaud them because they started the ADA law. So the second question that you gave me is, did becoming disabled change your opinion about disabled people? No, it never did, because I never thought I was disabled. I don't think that today. I don't think that tomorrow, because I am not disabled. I am handy capable. I can do whatever I want when I want to do it, including snow skiing, water skiing, whatever I want to do. I've never changed what I used to do before I got injured. The problems that face us today is that people, because we're a community, we're a community-based society, which says.
She can edit it.
Can you?
They have the Mac.
Okay.
They got the Mac,
They
so they can edit it. Troy, can you edit this?
I'll continue, Bob. Start over. Start over from that question. Start over from question.
That's funny. I have assistants. I have your nephews in there with me, so I have assistants. So they said that Troy can edit this, but anyway, really, I can do everything that I used to do based on my disability. The third question that I have is, do you feel like people today treat you different than they did in the 1990s? Well, the 1990s is I can walk. 1995 is when I got hurt. When I got hurt is people do treat you differently, because the fact of the matter is that they see you in a wheelchair, and the first thing that they look at you differently, because they want to know what happened. I mean, why are you in that wheelchair? What are you doing with that chick? What are you doing that? Do you have any children? I mean, they look at you so differently because you are in a chair and you cannot do what you used to do, and you're not exactly like what you are today. I mean, you can look around in your classroom today and you can ask the question. You ask the question today, how many people do you know that's in a wheelchair? And every person in that room will know somebody that's in a wheelchair. There's 10,000 Americans today that get put in a wheelchair because they're upright people. They are put into the situation. Their families have to take care of them. They look at it differently. Look, when I was at your house. I mean, when I go to your house, Thomas and I would go over for spring break. All you had was stairs. Where did we park the wheelchair? We parked the wheelchair in the courtyard because the wheelchair wouldn't even go into the house. So today I say that if you cannot walk, then the wheelchair goes directly outside. Think about it today. If I went over there and I couldn't walk what I can do with my braces, how would I get in your house? I would have to have people carry me into your house. And I mean, it's a sadness, it's a reality, and a true story. Number 4, what changes do you think the average disabled American benefits the most from Americans with the Disability Acts? Well, today that they have more people that are in a wheelchair, and they have more people that they know, people know, like yourself, as your uncle. They know that they need to cut out curbs, they need to have elevators, they need to make accessibility to people like me. The fact of the matter is that the minority has a small voice, the majority rules. If we look at that and we say that smoking, they ban smoking, they ban smoking in bars, restaurants, etc. It doesn't even matter if they don't have to comply to an elevator when you go to a restaurant. It doesn't matter, just can't smoke. But the changes are made very slowly, very slow. But as you live in Washington, D.C., it's the greatest city in the world because they comply with everything. So then when we go to all the museums, all the monuments, etc., they comply with it because it's our nation's capital. So when you come to New Mexico and you see me not being able to walk, being able not to get into a restaurant, you understand why. And I thank God that you're doing this because you're only making it aware to other people that have the same disabilities as I do. And I love you for it. The 5th question is there anything that you would change? What I would change is that everybody should be in compliance, not only being grandfathered in, because if you're going to do business, you should be able to do business with those people that have difficulties. Your grandparents. My daddy cannot walk. He cannot walk up and down stairs. He cannot do things that he used to do. He's not in a wheelchair, as you know. But he can't get up and down stairs. And the fact of the matter is that one of the greatest things in life for me is when my son got married, your uncle, Thomas, he had it downstairs at a golf course that the government built a beautiful golf course for New Mexico State University. They had no elevators. They had no way for us to get up and down the stairs. So here's me, grandmother and grandfather, the greatest day of my life, son getting married. My parents, your grandparents, couldn't get up and down the stairs just to go up to the reception, and it was a problem. And the building was built after 1990 when ADA came into effect. The building was built in 1995. Therefore, that the government needs to comply. They need to bring attention to us because we're the minority. Majority rules, minority rights protected. But we had trouble, and the building was built after that. Why should they get funding for a public place by a state office where we have no accessibility? And all that matters is accessibility. I love you for doing this. Thank you so much. And what I'm going to do is, because you made me aware, and I haven't been a good person to be aware, because you brought it to my attention. Therefore, I'll be an advocate. And I love you. Have a great day.
Hit there.